All right, now I'm back to sharing. So, so again, just to sum up, the achievement badges, those just come automatically, and these other ones, just anyone can award to anyone, as they would like. I know that some clubs, even at the meeting, right, will get best speech for the meeting. You write down a little piece of paper and put the best speech with the best table topics, or someone completed an icebreaker. Some clubs, give them a special award or, a certificate or something like that. And I think in this case, this is just another way of doing that. And, you could use it for, like, Karen Ruth, maybe, we could have maybe given her the courageous badge or something like that because she had to do it. For Don, for his, speech challenges that, could have given, an exceptional, badge or something like that, or courageous for that matter. But, and that's really all they are. So,
inspiration.
I thought there was more to it than that, but
yeah, no, it makes sense now.
That's really so. So that's really it on the on those. I'm just trying to think if there's something else I wanted to make a point about. Nope, I think that was it on badges after we went through a lot of it. The one thing I did want to try out with you was, well, that's inconvenient. Where did you ever see my feedback thing that I asked for?
No, that's right. I forgot to go look. Crud, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me. Are you available? Can you go look to see if it's there?
Now it should be in the site, right?
Right. In fact, I'm logging back in as a member to make sure that it should be accessible. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to try out tonight. Was between you or I, at least. Let's see how this feedback thing works. So, how well it works. So I'm in my feedback, and I think if you go to your base camp and then go to feedback, you should see something from me. And if not, then I want to go off and try to figure out why it is that you can or you didn't, or if it's in such a obscure place that we have to make sure we tell people to go look there, if you will.
Log in as member, right?
Yeah, you should all log in as member, right? You shouldn't have to log in as Basecamp manager. It should be you as a member.
Okay, I'm here. That would be my feedback. So let's see, where you're in feedback.
Well, go to your feedback tab though and see if it's there.
Feedback request, that's all I have in feedback. So if I go back to that's about me. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see where I should even get it. If it makes sense, it would be on the feedback page, but I don't see anything. Or view all feedback requests here. Oh, I have it. There it is.
All right.
Feedback page, and it said, I had a little thing that said view all feedback requests. And so there you are. So let's see.
There, yep. So then you see my thing that says, this is the test of the feedback request.
Right.
I've uploaded Nancy.
And then I said a response just now.
Oh, just now you did. Okay, let me refresh my page.
Yeah, this is my response. Yep. I found it. Okay.
Right. This is my feedback response. I found it. So the key is up here in this little right-hand corner, this little box that is ... Those are options. And you're going to have to say view all feedback requests in order to see that there's something there, I guess.
It didn't occur to me until that moment to look at the ... So
right. Nor would it for anybody else. So I'm going to I'm going to make a note of that for, I'm just going to have, because I want to see that Rick and Nancy can see it also. So I'll have them, go try to find it. We'll go find it also so that we can, again, kind of get used to where the feedback shows up. So if I do a kind of a screenshot here, I do all right. I'll have that, and I will do a new.
Okay, got it.
All right. I'll put that to the side for a moment. But all right, good. At least we know where that is and how that works now and such. So, meeting control. What's wrong with my meeting control? All right. All right. So we have that, and so now for the other one for doing feedback, and I guess really that's it. The only other thing. Oh, that's what's my transcript? So in my e-portfolio, I have one badge. I've got a badge.
Oh, very good.
Oh, that's where it is. I knew it was somewhere. So that's the leadership badge activated, and obviously you can see how it's kind of grayed out. And then as I get my levels, they'll fill in on on this page as it starts to fill up as I'm going along. So that's it for my e-portfolio. And then under my document folder, I chose, you can put it anywhere you want. I did choose to put the evaluation, from there. I had to have her email it to me because another person can't put anything into your portfolio. Only you can. Again, they're from a privacy standpoint. But I think everyone should do it partially for your own records, but also because, if need be, you want to be able to show somebody like I just did with you that, yeah, I really do, I really do have it. Now there is a place though for people to,
yeah, I have mine. I
right.
did it in 2 pages.
Okay. Right, and you do have some flexibility in terms of sharing, so that other people can see your transcript and such like that. So you ought to be able, as Basecamp manager. Yeah, can you go back in and log back in as Basecamp manager? Because I can't do that. I'm just kind of curious what you can see with my stuff if you go and look for me.
Okay, hold on. Let me go home. Oh, that's right. I have to log out.
Right, you have to go all the way back up to the.
That's right. Okay. Okay, log in as Basecamp manager. I'm in. Oops, gotta allow.
All right, and so now look for me, like you would as a Basecamp manager, to kind of see how I'm doing.
Let me see individual progress. it's over there. There we go. Here we go. I need to look at the options. Nope. I have individual progress and it says, oh, to see all members, select options, refresh. Options, refresh. It says refreshing now. I'm not seeing the individual. I don't know why. Keeps trying to refresh.
Because you should be able to go in and like see my progress and such.
Right. No, that's it. Individual progress is just showing me. Oh, I see. Hover over box. Select arrow. So your effective coaching. Oh, here we go. Okay. Scott Leonard, leadership in progress. Oh, don't want to do that. I see you, but I don't see details. Transcript status in progress, training type curriculum, curriculum completion percentage has nothing, user status is 0. Oh no, you're 5. You're 5. Not sure what that, active. 5 active. What's this? Show labels.
To view your badges, select the My Badges tile from the homepage.
Yeah, and that's why I wasn't quite sure what you could see. That's why I was kind of curious. You ought to be able to see that I'm in level 1.
It's giving me more general information than that. It doesn't say Scott Leonard has done his first speech or anything. Although,
it seems like there ought to be some way for you to see that.
well, I have it on paper.
Right. The whole idea of the online thing is you ought to be able to see. I don't know why they don't let the Pathways guides have Basecamp kind of manager privileges, because it's hard for me to say go look here or look there,
Right.
Without having done it. But there ought to be a way for you to go off and do reports.
Right.
Let me just see, Basecamp managers.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to home.
Right, because you should have a dashboard available to you.
Member progress. Well, that's where I was. Okay, let's go to member progress from the top here. Yeah, I'm back at that page. I can look at individual progress, but it doesn't tell me which speech you're on. So it has path progress. So
and for the path progress, it says I'm working on level 1. That's all it says.
Well, actually, in the individual progress, it really doesn't give that kind of detail. It says level 1 progress, but I don't have names. So I have effective coaching, since I know that's you. But I know that's you, but it just says 1. It doesn't have a person. Then when I look further down, oh wait, when I look, if I want more information, I go options, refresh. Takes a little bit. And then at the bottom, it'll show me your name and that you're in that, but it didn't tell me that you had done just the 1 speech.
Yeah, so what it's supposed to do is individual member progress can be seen on each dashboard by selecting View Details from the drop-down arrow found at the top right of each dashboard.
Okay, I've got options. It just says refresh or print. View
It's supposed
detail.
to be some little down arrow.
Yeah, I've got an options down arrow, refresh or print. Oh, and it says select options and refresh. Oh, here. Oh, wait, there's an arrow. Hold on. It's not doing anything now.
In the top right of each dashboard,
View
supposed
details.
to be some kind
I clicked, but oh, here it is. And it's what I had before, though. I already saw this.
of,
So all it tells me about you is leadership development, Leonard, Scott Leonard, with your number, leadership development in progress curriculum, and 5 active is your user status.
okay.
And that's all I have on you,
All right.
unless it's someplace else. So
No, that's smart. I think that's all. I think that's what it's supposed to be.
okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking if there's anything else in the Q&A here.
Well, I thought that was why we were putting it. I have the list on paper, who has done which speech, because there wasn't any way to know when you give me the request to approve. I thought there wasn't any way for me to know in detail that you'd actually done each of the steps. I mean, that you had clicked them off, but I didn't know that you'd actually done them.
Yeah, well, this one question, 796, says it's possible for the Basecamp manager to download to an Excel file. It can't be exported to CSV, which would be the simpler thing, but it can be exported to Excel. To do so, hover over the box containing the graph,
Okay.
select the arrow, and select Export to Excel.
Okay. Maybe I need to be in the previous graph. Here we are. Yeah, export to Excel. There it is.
Yeah, just kind of curious what that will look like if you do that.
It gives me the same information, just in a nice little spreadsheet thing.
Oh, okay. So nothing,
It's just
nothing
in
new or different there.
columns.
So then someone else says, how can I see selected paths? Can I see who has taken their assessment? VPs and other Basecamp managers, president secretaries, have access to reporting which paths have been selected by members. Only you guys can see it. Basecamp managers and pathway guides which members have taken the assessment.
Yeah, I don't need to know that.
Right. Yeah, in terms of action, when someone does it, again, we talked about this last week, to get your DCP points, you know, you're going to have to go do that over on Club Central.
Right.
So Basecamp will let you know who's done what, but it won't do anything for the club.
Right.
So the rest of this, yeah, again, if you don't have a whole lot of people doing stuff,
Right.
see a whole lot of stuff there. Yeah, for some reason I thought you might be able to see, at least be able to see the progress along the way to see how many like speeches I've been doing and such like that.
Right.
You know, because right now, all you know is I started level 1, but
Right.
you don't know if I've done.
Right. And I actually, it's not even clear. So I have 5 people in innovative planning, for example, and I have the list down here of the 5 people, but all I know is registered and in progress. So it looks like Karen didn't do her pre-questionnaire. So I need to get her to do that.
Right. Yeah, it'd be nice, like what I have up on my screen, it'd be nice if you could, like, see this.
Right, or some, even just something checking off the fact that you've done your icebreaker.
Right. Just not all the words and such, but just to say, okay, he's in level 1, he's done his icebreaker, he hasn't done the other ones.
And for
to be able to.
someone who's new, that would be really helpful, because then I could go in and encourage.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's.
Now there may
reason
be,
I thought,
it may be in here somewhere, I just don't see it.
well, that's the place where you're supposed to see it, and I can look at the Basecamp Manager tutorial, which I think I did look at. I did download Basecamp Manager overview, but I don't recall when I looked at that it showed that level of detail. It was more how you could see things and, you know, do things in general.
As far as I can tell, in fact, from this, it's almost misleading because it looks like Karen has done nothing. And the rest of us are in progress. And I happen to know, in fact, Brian is in progress and he has not given his icebreaker yet. So it really isn't clear. And Karen has already given her icebreaker, but still says registered. So that's all I know.
Right. You see, like for the Basecamp Manager overview, it doesn't really.
The one field that isn't filled in is curriculum completion percentage. So really, yours should be what, 25%, and there's nothing there. So maybe that's what is missing. Although that wouldn't be clear. I would just happen to know that 25% means you did the speech. But I've got to talk to Karen. I'll talk to her and get her to do her questionnaires.
Right. Yeah, see, there's things about, like, this is what I found last time, you know, like, you're going to give other speeches and such, you're supposed to get, you know, permission from the Basecamp Manager. Oops, shoot.
We're a small enough club too that people can throw emails and things, but we do need to kind of keep it in the, if we can, keep it in the application. So it's official.
It's a progress dashboard to review each individual member's progress through their path by.
You probably can't hear this, but I'm just pulling up this quick tutorial on the tracking aspect, if there's anything else. So that's what you see, right? You can see that much, which talks about,
right.
You know, the different paths.
The most up-to-date information. Refresh all graphs. To refresh all graphs, select the Options drop-down menu, and then select Refresh.
Okay.
Right. That you knew.
Check the last refreshed date and time. Each graph on the page shows individual member progress by path. There are 5 graphs, one for each level.
Yeah, that's just talking about levels
There are
in
members
aggregate.
working in projects in levels 1, 2, and 3. The bar indicates the number of members in each path. In level 1, there is 1 member in motivational strategies, 1 member. Status heading.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing at the bottom.
Pressing through
Right.
There it is.
the transfer status heading, you will see registered when a member is added.
So you can see registered or in progress.
But that's misleading,
And you, right.
at least in our case, as we learn.
You will see in progress when a member has launched projects in the path. You will only see registered in level 1. You can also see the percentage of the path a member has completed under the correct completion
Oh,
percentage
that's
heading.
what the number is.
Really helpful when you are determining which
I
education.
like how it's all the way right justified so you can barely find it.
Right. See, I thought that went with user status, and I kept thinking, well, that makes no sense. Okay, so I have you down as a 5. Don is a 5.
Yep.
I'm a 5. Rick is a 5. Karen should be a 5. We've all done our icebreakers.
Right, but she's showing up as 0.
Karen shows up as a 0 and only registered, so she hasn't been checking things off. So I need to get her to do that.
Right, right. So she needs to go in and do her pre-assessment. If she hasn't done that, then she
Right.
does the icebreaker. Then she goes back and does the post-assessment, and then that will.
Right. That'll check her off. But it says 5, which is interesting. So I'll just have to know that.
Yeah. So let me get this thing closed here a second. So when I look at my how I'm doing, so to speak, I'll open up my curriculum on my page. So yeah, I'm 5% completed.
5%. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, it says
5%.
5%. Okay. So I'll
Right,
just.
next 5% for the whole path. So I'm 25% completed on my level.
Okay.
I'm only 5% completed on my path.
Okay. 5 times 5 is 25. No, that made no sense.
Right. So my path is 20. They're 2
5
different
times
percentages.
20. Okay. So 5
Right.
would be each thing that gets checked off. I'm just trying to.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So
Okay, now I understand.
so I have basically, 3 projects consisting of multiple parts. I got 4 projects for multiple parts. And so I've done my icebreaker. I'm getting 25% credit for that.
Right.
When I get all of this done, I think I should be for level 1, right? I should be.
Yeah, it'd be 20%.
Well, it must count. Yeah, it must be. I should be 20% done when I get level 1 done.
So it looks like each step that you check off is 5%. So that's how I'll know. And each
Right. Well, I think some levels may have more projects than other levels and such. So I don't know that always be 5%, but that'll at least give you an idea. Like, okay, a person did a speech, that looks like that's worth at least 5%, kind of a deal.
Okay.
So, all right, well, good. At least, you won't be able to see what things I got done. But on the other hand, we also know that everyone has to progress sequentially. So if you see 5% done, it's like, okay, he's probably done his icebreaker. You don't have to worry whether I've done my evaluation and feedback or my research and presenting. You're just going to have kind of a feeling of knowing what each of these levels look like. What's gotten done, if you will, based on that percentage.
So I know I need to talk to Karen. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, and if she needs help stepping through this, more than glad to do so. All right. Well, our time. I got a notice that says, "Oh, we're not going to put a 40-minute limit on this meeting tonight." So, so we're at 7:44. So we've gone beyond that. And for anyone else who actually, if anyone actually watches this video, they're going to be extremely bored since I was mostly asking you to do different things. Well, my screen stayed the same. But I'm glad we took the time to do this, just because I like to, some of these things you need two people to,
Right.
See how it works and plays back and forth. So
Yeah,
I'm going to send out an email to Nancy and Rick, because I had done a feedback thing for them, and I'm going to ask them to go in and find that also and look for it, if you will, and so they can get used to knowing where that is. You'll talk to Karen about getting her thing done. Then we'll go from there. So for next week's session, now that you're kind of caught up with everything I've been going over, these other classes of badges and now the Basecamp Manager and such, what else would you think would be worthwhile? I got to do 15 of these total, which is tough when it's like the same person, because I envision like they've been all different times, being interested in this. So this is I've got 7 more to do.
I liked your idea of doing a basic first step for new people, if you can get people to get on.
Right, that's the whole thing. Well, I think what I'll do is I will send out I'll say a mass email. I'll say to all the officers, not just the VPEs. I'll send it out, or the points of contact. Okay. I'll send it out to all the officers for all the clubs that I have, at least all the ones I think that are the officers, and then trying to get that going for next time. And I'll rely upon people like you to reach out to the members.
Okay.
And say, hey, this is a chance to kind of walk through it, if you will, in terms of what needs to be done. So I'll try to, and we'll see what happens.
I think that it might, for Karen, if I can get her to come to this next week, walk her and anyone else who's new in, show them how to do that, checking things off.
Right.
And I can just suggest that she get on and you'll do that, or because other new people would need that too. So that might be a good focus also.
Yes. Yeah. No, absolutely. So, I can step through a number of things, if you will. If anything else, just to get them, like anything else, just to get going. Once you get, past the initial stop, I mean, it's not really terribly difficult, particularly like you got to get in, register, do these things, pick your path. And it's like, okay, do an icebreaker, then go do another speech. And here's where you go to check it off if you've done it. Here's where you download the resources to, in order to do that and such. So, so I'll try that out for next time. Okay. If I don't get really anybody that shows up next time, I'm not quite, we've gone over a lot, most stuff it seems like. I'll see if there's another tutorial that would be useful for people to know, or to talk about evaluation, perhaps. We talked about that once in the earlier one, in terms of, again, better for you to go see the videos than for me to talk about it. But I'll see what I can do about that. And if you can think of anything else, in case someone doesn't show up,
okay.
We can do that then.
I'll encourage Karen.
So, okay. All right. Well, thanks for showing up, and I should be able to be there on Monday, so to do whatever role there is there, and I want to keep plugging along here myself as well to keep going here. So.
Okay. Thank you.
All righty.
Okay. Bye.
See you on Monday. Bye-bye.